Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc, Core 3, Episode 1. This is the latest episode, the premiere for Core 3. And I'm very excited. I was very excited for it to come back. I actually didn't get to watch the episode on Saturday when it came out in the US because I had a whole thing going on. Stay tuned in the channel for me to talk about what all happened that Saturday. But I'm very glad Bleach is back. Core 3, here we are, starting the second half of this amazing journey to finally end Bleach and get to the true end of what we should have had. Overall, before I get into spoilers, this was a very well executed episode. I think the animation is fantastic. I've seen a few complaints on the internet just about there's a lot. This episode recaps a lot of like the previous end of the episode. I feel like it offers a few different perspective and also thematically, like the insight. It makes sense. Now we know that Core 2 was a little bit rushed, so I feel like it makes sense that we would have kind of an overlapping episode. Now I understand if people are conflicted about that, but as far as the quality of this stuff, like the animation still looks fantastic. They've changed to, I think Pierrot is like a new like a studio within Pierrot that's taken over. So yeah, the episode looked great. It sounded great. Some great voice performances, especially Yuhobots and Ichibe's voice actors. My goodness, they do some fantastic stuff. So, all right, let's get into it. I'm just gonna go over some of the high level stuff. So as I mentioned, this episode very much overlaps with the previous one, where all the Squad Zero members sacrifice themselves so that Senjumaru could do the Bankai, and we see that all the Royal Guard, they all get trapped in the Bankai. Meanwhile, Yuhobachi is being taken down a peg by Ichibe, who reveals his true power, changes his name to Black Ant, and uses those gigantic, like a gigantic foot stomp to come down from the heavens, and then the hands that come up from the heavens as well to kind of break them. But it is at this time, and I saw online, and this was a really fun detail. I saw that it wasn't until the 9th minute of the first episode that Yuhobachi unleashed his power of the Almighty, right? Which is thematically is super cool. Like I don't know exactly if that was intended for it. Maybe that's one of the reasons that they recap some of the stuff, right? So that it would happen at the 9th minute, which in an anime episode that's almost halfway through. But yeah, in the 9th minute of that, Yuhobachi unleashes the All Almighty, which releases him from Ichibe's power. It also reinvigorates the Royal Guard. So let's talk about what we see with the Royal Guard first. We saw that Senjumaru had trapped everyone in her Bankai, but in this episode we see that Uryu comes back and they start fighting, and he's able to kind of reverse because Uryu's power is the antithesis, so he's able to trap Senjumaru in her own Bankai, and then we see him shoot her with an arrow. So the Royal Guard is free. The Royal Guard is back at it. In the meanwhile, we see that Ichibe is confronted by Yuhobachi, who I don't remember the name of the power that Ichibe was using, but it's like the animation turns this really cool, like black and white with these little red outlines. And I think that's kind of like it's a technique that Ichibe was using, right, to kind of finish him off, to deliver all this pain from all these graves that he's been collecting for 100 years. But of course, because of the use of the Almighty and his foresight into the future, Yuhobachi is able to avoid all this. So he also takes out and just pretty much makes Ichibe explode into like millions of pieces. You see his head come clean off, bouncing onto the floor. So yeah, it took most of the episode, but the Royal Guard and Yuhobachi have moved on to the Royal Palace. We do see that Ichigo arrives finally at the Royal Palace, but outside of the Royal Palace where everyone would be, they find Ichibe dead. But he's able to, when Ichigo says his name, he's able to kind of come back and put himself back together. I wonder if he's gonna I don't remember if Ichibe brings back the rest of the Squad Zero. It would make sense that he's able to do it once his power is complete. But Ichibe pleads to Ichigo, who's finally there with Orihime, Chad, Jorochi, and I forget the name of the other guy. I guess they're cousins now, something like that. Anyways, they all arrive in their big giant tube. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of where we leave things off. Ichibe pleads. We do see that Yuobach stabs the Soul King, and of course we get to. There's an end credit scene that's like almost 5 minutes long. So we see all those things, but the coolest thing that happens in this episode, in my opinion, is that Shuntree goes up and goes for help to Aizen. We see that in kind of like this end credit sequence, right? I don't remember exactly which part was end credit and which one was not. I think even Ichibe coming back to life. I think the episode ends with Yuhobach stabbing the Soul King, and then it jump cuts to the end credit scene of Ichibe coming back, asking Ichigo for help, and then also we see Shuntree going to Aizen for help. So yeah, it's great. It set up everything that we need for Core 3, even if there was a little bit of a recap. I'm not mad about it. I love the show, and I waited almost the decade for the anime to come back, and I'm just not gonna sit here and complain because this is top quality stuff. They're doing something amazing over at the Studio Pierrot. So yeah, really enjoyed this. I'll be doing reviews probably for the rest of the season, so stay tuned for that. If I missed anything important, let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know down in the comments as well. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.